Okay, easy.
You easy.
Goodness gracious.
You easy.
Great balls of fire.
It's weird because we're filming on the phone, which means that we can't see ourselves.
It also looks crooked.
Oh, yeah. Will you, just get rid of that phone? Because literally...
Keep slipping on it.
Too slippery.
Can you get it?
Does that look more straight?
I just don't know.
Is that how you're going to be sitting?
Like this?
Got my new Oodie.
Actually, that part wasn't back.
My new Oodie. Gotta take off my slippers because it's hot. My feet are hot. I hate when my feet are hot. You ready?
Yeah.
Where's my team? I'm ready. You're
London.
ready.
How come every time we come around London bridge, you're going down like London, you're going down like London, all over town.
I feel like I look like a trash bag, but a cute one. Hello everyone and welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
Board games.
and
Board gamey things.
Exactly. This is another episode of Board Games and Brew, and we're having Earl Grey tea in our holiday mugs. They're both Buddy the Elf. Jeff's is a cotton-headed ninny muggin, and mine is, oh my god! And then on the back it says Santa! I know him. My favorite movie of all time. We are trying to get into the holiday spirit because the holidays are coming up. In today's video,
I hear those sleigh bells ring-a-ling, ding-ding, ding-a-ling.
today's video is our holiday gift guide, and we're coming to you from the board game library where the lighting is still weird, and we're filming on the phone camera because I didn't want to carry the camera one room over. So here we are.
That's about the level of effort you get when she vlogs.
I suck at vlogging.
You also didn't shut the door, so you're letting all the cold air in here.
It's really hot in here though.
I'm freezing.
I'm so warm. The Oodie.
I'm getting in the hot
I
tub.
just got my new Minions Oodie I got it for my birthday, which was in May, and it arrived today. Cheers.
I don't know why I found that so funny.
First thing I will recommend in our holiday gift guide is that you should buy everyone you love, including yourself, because you should love yourself, an Oodie or an Oodie. I know it's Oodie.
It's Oodie.
But I like to say
Oodie's better.
Oodie, Oodie,
Let's
Oodie,
Canadianize
rockin'
it.
everywhere.
It's more Canadian that way.
We have created a list of a bunch of different things. We got different categories and some suggestions on things that you might want to get for the friends in your life, the loved ones in your life who enjoy board games, or for those whom you want to force the love of your hobby on. The first category that we have is stocking stuffers. Now, the stocking just so happens to be my favorite part of Christmas. Fill that sucker to the brim is what I say.
Guess what I saw at the grocery store?
What?
Terry's chocolate oranges.
I hope you
But guess-
remember to get me
But
one
guess what
this
they
year.
added into it? Pop Rocks.
Stop it.
Serious.
Did you get me one?
No.
Stop.
It's not Christmas.
That's all I want for Christmas now.
Okay.
That's the only thing. The first thing that we are going to recommend for stocking stuffers, of course, Button Shy games. Now, these bad boys are each 18 cards.
Mm-hmm.
They are all in a lovely... What? Oh, my United. How long ago is that from? United.
Is that your bag tag?
My bag tag. Where is that from? EWR. That's the last time I visited Billy and Michelle. They come in this convenient little wallet. They can fit in a purse. They can fit anywhere. I take them pretty much wherever I go. If we're traveling, I've got one. I usually have one in my bag. And the ones that I'm going to recommend for today, which is, I'll recommend all of them. Tessie Mussy, which is one that we've played together.
Mm-hmm.
And you like Tessie Mussy?
Yeah, it's
It's
good.
a very cute game about flowers and apparently Shakespeare. I'll also recommend the Skulls of Sedlec, which I played with Michelle when I visited Michelle and Billy from Second Star to the Left. And this is just a really simple, easy, cute one. And it does have a solo mode, and actually Tessie Mussy does as well. And then finally just a solo one, which is Ugly Griffin Inn, which is one of my favorite Button Shy games, my favorite solo games. Those are the three that I am recommending. However, from what I have played so far, you cannot go wrong. If you are going to PAX Unplugged, by the way, they're going to have a booth there, so fill your boots.
Oh, great. You and Michelle are going to be hitting that spot up.
Jeff, do you know what is another great publisher to put in a stocking?
I do.
Can you tell the people?
Oink Games.
Oink Games.
Now, I will mention, full transparency, Oink Games are a bit pricey. At least they are here. I don't know if they are everywhere else, but they are a bit pricey here.
They're pricey if you pay loonies for them.
So here we have Scout,
Mm-hmm.
and Fake Artist Goes to New York. What I like most about Oink Games is they put a ton of game in these little bad
Tiny
boys.
little boxes.
Scout is a really, really cool set collection game
Mm-hmm.
where you are basically trying to collect
Circus people.
trapeze artists. Is that a word?
Performers,
Circus
yeah.
performers, thank you. We've introduced this game to a ton of people, and
Mhm.
everyone loves it.
Yeah.
The other one we love a ton is A Fake Artist Goes to New York.
Yes.
And A Fake Artist Goes to New York is like a party game in a tiny little box.
Yes.
And ultimately, all you need is this box and like
A bunch of friends.
a bunch of friends and a piece of paper, really.
And an idea.
So ultimately, what you're going to be doing in Fake Artist Goes to New York, someone's going to make up a prompt. Let's say someone says
Shark.
whale. It's weird that we were that close. One person in the group is the fake artist.
They don't know.
They
the
don't know
prompt.
what you're drawing. One person's going to start by drawing, and maybe let's say they draw like half of a fin. And then it's going to keep going around, and everyone's trying to draw a shark. But let's say it gets to the fake artist, and they think for some reason you're drawing a whale.
Mhm.
And they put a big belly on the shark.
Imagine.
Well, maybe
Crazy.
you then would be like, you're the fake artist. And that's pretty much the whole game. Incredibly fun.
Yeah.
Both of these games are some of the best experiences I've had playing games.
Definitely.
And they're tiny, and they fit in a
Mhm.
stocking.
Yep.
And look how pretty they are.
They are pretty.
They're
Also,
lovely.
another booth at PAX.
Really?
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. The next thing for stocking stuffers, of course, is some small box games. So we've got a couple of suggestions here for
Mhm.
you. The first one that we have is called Tatsu, which is a very unique trick-taking game.
Mhm.
Very unique trick-taking game. One thing that I will say about it, the rule book, kind of confusing. But when you figure it out...
Translation issues.
It's a translation issue. But when you figure it out, it's super fun, and I feel like I've not played anything quite like this
No.
before. And it's beautiful. The next game that we have to recommend is called Ouch from DeVere Games. And this is just a very silly little card game where you are picking up cactuses and trying not to pick up from the side where there are cactus spikes. If you do, you have to yell ouch. There's other rules to it, but that is essentially it. It's very cute, it's very silly, and you can play it with anyone, and it's tiny. I want to recommend Smile, and this is from Z-Man Games, and this is a diamond in the rough.
That was
This is
a
a
random
game.
buy.
So you're trying to collect tame critters while avoiding wild critters.
Mhm.
There are these little tokens called fireflies that you are spending, and I don't know. This is just such a random and very cute game for 3 to 5
Yeah, it's
players.
like a bidding game.
And then the last one is for if you have a much bigger stocking, but still a little game. And this one is called the King of 12, and this is from Lucky Duck Games. Jeff really likes this
I
one.
love that game.
Yeah.
We played that game with Ilya and Tyler.
Yep.
And I immediately went out and bought it. So basically in King of 12, there's like a bunch of different cards, and each card has like a unique ability attached to the card. And ultimately, all you're trying to do is be the highest card left on the table.
Mhm.
But everyone has the same deck of cards to start the game, and you're playing them down and then revealing them all at the same time.
Mhm.
And those cards are going to interact with each other. And ultimately, all you're trying to do is be the last card on the table with the highest power. There's a bit of push your luck to it. There's a lot going on in this game, and I loved it.
2 other suggestions that you could just throw into a stocking. Number 1 is something that we don't have, but we really want. We keep talking about getting it, and that is just a fancy deck of cards.
Yeah.
Like, just a nice deck of
Yep.
cards. I didn't tell you this, but when I went to the board game cafe in California, they had, like, Star Wars, like, Mandalorian decks of cards, and they were really nice, and I should have got some.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
You should have.
And then the other thing that you can always throw in a stocking is fancy dice.
Mm-hmm.
Dice are pricey.
Yep.
So you have to really like the person
Yep.
that you're putting them in. We have an entire like box full of dice that are actually just like cheap dice.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but it's nice to have like fun dice to throw around.
Yeah, especially if you're like
Into RPGs.
tabletop RPGs, or if you, I mean, honestly, even if you like playing bigger campaign games that involve dice.
Yeah.
I love dice. One of my favorite things.
Dice
I
are
really
nice.
want to get a set of wooden dice.
Yeah.
That might be a good
Nice.
Christmas present.
Yeah. Maybe. We'll see if Santa gets your list. So the next category is for the gamer in your life. And in this category, we're not recommending any games. Because if they are a big gamer, chances are they might be like us and they just buy all the games that they want.
Yeah.
And plus, they probably already know what they want, so us giving you a suggestions probably doesn't matter. Have some like game adjacent things, like a dice tray. Now, I've got a couple here And these ones are from Steeped Games, which I believe will have a booth as well at PAX Unplugged. But you can get dice trays from so many different places.
And different sizes.
Different
I
sizes.
really like that size. I like having my own little personal one.
Yes. So we got all of these ones from Steeped Games, and I like to give everyone their own dice tray when they come over for game day. Of course, you can get bigger dice trays. You can get dice towers. Wormwood, if you want to go real fancy, makes some beautiful dice
Wooden
towers
ones.
and wooden dice trays, which we love the wooden ones because they make
Christmas
the like
present.
the clinks.
The sound.
They make the clinks.
Another good Christmas present for Jeff.
Oh, this one. Maybe you want to treat them with some nice iron clays. These are from Roxley, and they just elevate
They do.
any game that you have to play that might have like poker chips or money. We use these to play Brass Birmingham. We were recently playing Ready, Set, Bet, and someone was like, oh, you should bring iron clays for this. Great idea.
Yeah, I mean, they're pricey.
Yeah.
Again, they're expensive, but for that crazy gamer in your life that might typically not go and buy something like this.
This is a really nice little upgrade. Another thing that makes a great gift, and another thing that we are going to be investing in, is some board game art.
Yep.
Now, definitely one that you guys may know about already is Board Game Geek. I will link
Artist
below
series, I think.
the artist series for Board Game
Art
Geek,
series,
where
yeah.
they do like different art pieces for different covers. You can also find some art on Etsy, but to be honest, I found it a little bit difficult to find board game specific art on there. But I just think like it kind of ups your game room a little bit.
Some board game artists like have their stuff available.
Yeah, like I think Kyle Farron does.
Yeah, so I mean, you could go above and beyond and get some actual art.
Yes.
From some of these artists.
I would love to have some art from Beth Sobel. I'd love to have some art from the Miko, Kyle Farron. Like, there's a ton of amazing...
I would fill a room with Kyle Farron art.
And then the last thing that I would like to suggest, although, you know, maybe they already have this, and maybe they just want to play online with their friends. You could always offer them or get them a BGA, Board Game Arena Premium subscription. Because not everybody wants to pay for that, and it just opens up some more games.
I mean, BGA Premium, like, it makes things so much easier. Especially if you're playing on there all the time.
Exactly.
I mean, BGA free is fine.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But my goodness, does the world open up when you get premium.
I've been a premium member for like 2 years now, and I'll never not be a premium member.
I don't think I will either.
Next category is going to be for your Secret Santa. So we all typically have to do a Secret Santa for work. I'm going to have to do a Secret Santa for work, and most likely I'm going to be getting a board game for somebody, even if they don't want one. So the first game that I would suggest, or that we would suggest, I think is on your side.
So the first up for Secret Santa is So Clover. And this is from Repos Productions. So Clover is an incredibly fun party game.
Yes.
Where essentially you have a bunch of prompts that exist on this Clover board. You are trying to connect all the prompts together so that everyone else can put the prompts in the correct order.
Yeah.
For example, on the back here, it's sheep and clothing as the prompts, and the person has written wool.
Wool.
So once of those prompts are off the board, and all they can see is wool, they then get to look at all the cards, and they have to connect sheep and clothing with wool. Essentially how the game works.
Yep.
We've had some of the most fun playing this game with friends.
Yep.
And we figured it'd be a great Secret Santa gift because then you can open it and then play it with everyone.
Exactly. Anybody can play this game. Anyone can learn it.
100%.
And anyone can have fun playing that game.
Agreed.
Try and tell me otherwise. There's tea all over me. The next one for Secret Santa that I would like to recommend is Buried Treasure, and this is from Restoration Games. We actually got this at PAX Unplugged last year.
We did.
And this is a game about stealing pies from people with your little raccoon hands. It is very simple to play. It is very cute. It's very mean. And I do feel like this is another game that after someone gets it for Secret Santa, you could easily pull this out, teach it in like 5 minutes, and play. I think it is super fun. It's very cute, and it plays best with a lot of people.
Agreed. When did we do that?
Well, we sleeve the cards?
Yeah,
we put Charizard sleeves on our Buried Treasure
I'm all
cards.
for it. Last up for Secret Santa, we have a classic.
It's
Can't Stop.
You can't stop.
You know what I can't stop doing?
Fixing lids.
Fixing the lids. Can't Stop is such a fun, simple push your luck game. And we figured it'd be great for Secret Santa because, again, like, you can just pick this up and play it.
Yep.
You just roll dice and choose whether or not you want to continue. If you get to the top of 3 tracks or 2 tracks? 3 tracks. You win. Super easy, super accessible, and it's actually super fun.
It's so fun.
Super frustrating, but super fun.
Yeah, Jeff's mom friggin' loved that game.
My mom did love that game.
The next category is going to be for the kids. So if you have kids, here's some great suggestions. Or if you're like us and you're kid-free, then you might have nieces, nephews, friends' kids, etc. There's always a kid to buy for.
Yep.
So we have a couple suggestions. The first game that we are going to suggest is a game that we don't own, but we played it with Rodney and Luke. We played it with Rodney and Luke when we visited earlier this year, and that is called Click Clack Lumberjack.
Oh.
This game is a dexterity game where you have, essentially, it's like a tree trunk, a log that's like this. And it's a bunch of plastic pieces, and you have a plastic axe, and you are just tap, 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 tapping, trying to get pieces of the tree to fall out. You don't want bugs to fall out because bugs are bad.
Or too many pieces.
Or too many pieces, exactly.
You want just little chips off.
Just want little chips off. And if nothing else, if you have little kids, they could just like smack the thing and just have fun because it's fun to like tap, but it's also fun for adults because we were 4 adults that played it. We loved it.
I think there's different names for it.
I think there is too. Yeah.
But we played one that was called Click Clack Lumberjack.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is a game that we discovered this year, and it is one of the new loves of my life, and that is Creature Comforts. Another one that is great for kids as well as adults because it definitely has a rule set that's simple enough for kids to kind of grasp and enjoy. The art is very like cute and cartoony, and it's for ages 8+. And essentially this is a dice worker placement game where you are gathering resources to build out different comforts for your little creatures. There's also going to be different animals that are like visiting the little village, and then you have to like do different things to satisfy their needs as well. I can't imagine like a kid getting this, even if they don't play board games, but just getting this and being so excited because it's so freaking cute. And that is Creature Comforts.
All right, last up for the kid in your life is from Funko Games. Disney's It's a Small World.
It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hope and a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware. It's a small world after all. 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 It's a small world.
This game is meant for 4+. Like
ages 4+.
It's a super simple kind of like set collection.
It's almost like an I Spy
game. Set identification game.
Yeah.
Where you have a bunch of cards in your hands and you're going to be basically going through the different lands of Small World. When you're in the correct land and you have the correct card, once you match it, you can set it aside and that becomes a victory point.
Yeah.
And you're just trying to match the most card. But it's adorable. I have to give Jamie credit for that, even though Small World is a ride that I struggle with. Super cute. Super simple, and I don't think there's a ton of games that exist for like 4+.
So the next category is for
I don't know what to do with my arms. I'm like,
you can just sit like this.
I like to sit cross-armed, but people then assume that like, I'm not interested because that's like body language.
Yeah, because you're closing yourself off instead of opening yourself up.
But I just find it I just like to sit like that.
That's fine. You do you. So the next category is for your holiday party that you're going to go to. This is a game that you could get for yourself to take to the party. Because
if you need justification to buy yourself something, here it is.
The first game on this list is called Ready, Set, Bet. And guess who it's by? Sir John D. Clare, the knight himself. And now this is a new John D. Clare game, and it is all about betting on a horse race. One person is going to be rolling dice and calling out horse numbers while everybody else is going to be placing bets on the horse to see live to see whether or not they win. And you're going to go through multiple rounds and you're just betting money, basically. Betting and then paying money if you make the wrong bet.
And apparently there's an app that will control the call-outs.
Yep.
like the number 1 is off, blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah.
number
Like
seven.
there's an app now that will handle that for you.
Yes.
So you can play it in like massive groups of people.
Yeah, we played this game recently with a bunch of our board game friends. We had a blast.
So good.
So much energy in the room and so much life, and it just totally brings the party.
It does bring the party.
Brings the party.
It brings the party like not many other games bring that party.
Exactly. The next recommendation that we have is a game called Cash and Guns.
Mhm.
This game is hilarious to me. We've played this multiple times, or I played it multiple times. I think you played it once with our friends over at Table Knots. And essentially, you are all, like, one person's going to be the mob, and you are all trying to do robberies, basically. You want diamonds, you want this, you want that, and everybody has a fake gun, and you're going to hold your gun up, and then you're going to say 1, 2, 3, and you're going to all point your gun at somebody, and you are going to have bullet cards or blank cards. The bullet cards means that you shoot that person and they are out of that round and they get shot so many times and then they're completely out because you don't want them to steal. So you kind of have to strategically be like, okay, well, I know that Doolin's got a lot of money, so I might just threaten him and actually it'll be a blank card, but he doesn't know that, so he might like step out because he doesn't want to die, basically. This game is so much fun. It is full of betrayal.
Yes.
And it is full of like questioning, like, why are you shooting your gun at me? Like,
and it is one of those things too, like you're paying attention to who's getting all the loot.
Yep.
And then you're like, yep, going for you. Like
it's a ton of fun. And then the very last game that we are going to recommend is a new game from 25th Century Games called Green Team Wins. We were introduced to this game at PAX last year. We had the opportunity to play it again last week when we were in California. And this is just a great party game where you are just trying to do like pack mentality, peer pressure. You're going to be given a prompt. Pick A, B, or C. This or that, or fill in the blank, and you're going to be writing down a word or choosing a choice that you think everyone else is going to say. As an example, blank party was one of the prompts. A bunch of people wrote birthday. I wrote animal. Nobody else wrote animal. Everybody else wrote birthday, so everyone else got to be on the green team. They get a point. I'm on the orange team. I get no points.
It's really, really fun. It's so simple.
We have one more category, and that category is simply called Other. Now, the first
What does that mean?
It's whatever we want it to mean.
Okay.
The first thing that I am going to suggest is a gift that I actually did get for Jeff for his birthday, and I just think if you have a crib lover in your life, you could get a custom crib board made. I got this one. It's wood and resin. I got it from Etsy. You can get all different ones. You can get them engraved. You can get them like metal, wood. There's like circle ones and 3D ones and all of these different things. But I just thought if you know somebody in your life, because there's a ton of people, maybe your parents, your friends, whoever, who may have some really good memories with the game, like crib or even like chess. There's like custom chess boards, custom crokinole boards. Yeah, I just think it's like a nice personal gift.
This is one of the best gifts I've ever gotten. And I'll tell you why. Crib has a lot of meaning to me.
Yeah, you're Crib Jeff.
And I've never owned a personalized crib board. I've always just had crib boards around. Like my parents had like a big 29 crib board that we always used.
29?
And to get one with resin and metal pegs.
Yeah, metal pegs.
It was incredible. It's like, again, if you know someone that loves crib, I'm telling you, they would love.
This is why we need fancy cards to go with our fancy board.
They would love this.
Yeah. The next suggestion that I have is get some board game merch. You know, there's so many different options out there, like, you know, Lord of the Board has merch.
Our Family Plays Games
has merch. Second Star to the Left has merch. Watch It Played has merch. Brothers Murph.
We have merch.
Foster the Meeple has merch. We have a whole merch store. So if you or somebody that you know is interested, we've got sweaters. We have like a massive, ridiculous blanket that you can get. There's tumblers. There's mugs. And you know what? Maybe we'll even run a sale for Christmas. Do you know what else would be a great gift? Is if you know somebody who really loves board games who might want to attend an event. An event possibly like the World Series of Board Gaming.
Oh my goodness.
And that happens in September of 2023 in Las Vegas. And do you want to know what? Maybe you have someone you're like, they're the best at Azul that I've ever seen.
Maybe it's like John is the best Catan player I've ever seen.
Exactly. So you are going to get him a ticket, and he's going to go to Vegas, and he's going to compete for the chance to win $25,000. What a Christmas present. American. Maybe you just want to go and have fun. And play games, because there's a whole open library.
Tournaments.
Exactly. You could play in fun tournaments, or you could just go and you can play, because Dice Tower West gives their library to the World Series of Board Gaming. And if you want to get tickets, we've got a link below, and we've got some codes. So if you want to get tickets, make sure to use the code fosterthejamie, or if you want, you can use Foster the Jeff, but use Foster the Jamie. Buy your ticket, and that way they know that we sent you over. So that could be a great gift if you want someone to attend, maybe even with you. It's the World Series of Board Gaming.
Yeah.
So those are some suggestions that we have for holiday gifts. We have given you so many suggestions, and I would love if you would give us some suggestions down in the comments, because there may be some things that we forgot, and maybe some things that we should be getting for each other. Jeff gave me like 5 suggestions
wooden
already.
Dice.
Yep,
and a wooden dice tray.
Think about the sounds that would make. Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly that.
Exactly like that. That is all that we have for you today. If you are interested in buying games or board gaming things, you should first start by checking your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is
Boardroom Game Cafe.
Exactly. That is where we got many of the things that we showed you today.
Correct.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see,
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye.
Later
Goodbye.
days.
Also, get yourself an Udi.
And happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Banana.
Yeah, keep going that way. That looks straighter to me. No, it keeps flopping back. Can we get new equipment? Like, why do we keep dinking around with this?
I choked myself. Where did the phone go?
Underneath the chair.
What chair? Your chair?
Mm-mm.
My chair?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Should we tell them?
We'll leave that for you to discover on your own. That's what Rodney would say. There we go. We said at the same time.
Hey, listen, you don't have to sell me on that.
Aww.
Did you just spill?
On my hand.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to get it on my minions. I'm all for supporting John D. Clare as much as possible.
As she throws it on the ground.
I didn't. We'll deal with that later. The next suggestion.
Did the pegs fall out?
Yeah, they did.